scream bravo. Also, if you didn't know, this is called the show.
Hi everybody, it's Paul from Gauntlet Comix. What you're looking at is the perfect storm. This is what happens when a hurricane goes unobstructedly through the Atlantic Ocean with hot water and no interference from land. Look at that eye, it's almost considered to be a perfect eye. The storm itself is perfectly symmetrical, and right now it's wreaking havoc on the Bahamas. Following is a Weather Channel report from earlier this morning, and then we'll go over and look at it, see what it was like outside this morning too. See you in a second.
In the Atlantic Basin, it is the sixth most intense at landfall by pressure on record in the Atlantic Basin. And look where this is relative to Florida, now moving west. The modeling indicating it's probably going to get to about here, the western edge of Grand Bahama Island, and then begin to turn to north. But look how close this is. And you're talking about a storm that is producing just unspeakable conditions right now, perhaps winds gusting to near or over 200 miles per hour in the Bahamas, with water level rises on the order of 20 feet. A lot of the island only is about 15 feet high. I just really shudder to think about the amount of devastation that is going to be occurring, that is occurring right now, and our hearts going out to these people here in the northern part of the Bahamas. Just an awful, awful situation there. Here's a look at the radar picture, and this is the eye wall. This is the very worst of the wind. That's the area where there could be 200 plus mile per hour wind. And when we expand the picture out, again, you look at the distance between South Florida, Palm Beach County, and the western edge of Grand Bahama Island. That is only about 70 miles. 70 miles. That's how close this storm is expected to get, and that's assuming that it does what the modeling is suggesting that it will. And it is possible that it may not. And I want to show you the latest European model, and it shows the storm again getting to the western edge of Grand Bahama Island right there. That is Tuesday afternoon, so we're starting to feel the effects at that point, and then the storm is working up and along the coast, very, very close, and a little bit of a shift in that path is going to make a very big difference. It's going to amplify or raise the stakes considerably there along the east coast of Florida. This is a really, really close call. If it happens like this, it's probably going to be a lot like Matthew. Significant water level rises, a lot of wave action, beach erosion, coastal flooding, and that'll continue up and make its way towards Georgia and also into South Carolina. So when we look at the hurricane wind speed probabilities, they have been raised for parts of eastern Florida, and that is on the order of about 50 to 60% in some parts of eastern Florida here. And that is why there are now hurricane watches in effect from Palm Beach County into St. Lucie County and on up into Brevard County as well. We certainly could be experiencing hurricane conditions beginning on Tuesday and going into Wednesday as well. We're going to continue our coverage of this historic storm coming up in just a few minutes.
So yeah, it looks pretty grim there on the Weather Channel. I wanted to pull this up to show you what we're seeing here on our radar. This is our local radar with Wink TV. You see right over here over the Bahamas is Dorian, and we're already starting to get feeder bands over here. They're not, I don't know if you officially call them feeder bands, but they are flare-ups. We just had a tornado warning about 30 minutes ago, and that's going to continue throughout the night. That's usually how it happens because there's so much spin that's going out from the hurricane, especially this hurricane, with it being a Category 5, and the pressure is really low, that spin creates tornadoes within the band. So we're going to see that through the evening. So I just wanted to show you that. I thought it was a really neat radar to look at. So yeah, here we are, day 3 of our friend Dorian here. She's now messing up the Bahamas. Found out today that a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a long time is in the Bahamas, currently right where she's going over. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he'll be fine. For sure, I'm going to be reaching out to him after this is over because now I know where he is. I heard him talking on the Weather Channel this morning. Flipped me right out. So I looked him up and I found him on Google. So as you see, the cone keeps changing. This is an hourly thing. I told you this yesterday and the day before. We're now out of the woods by a long shot. I won't be comfortable until it's right up here. Then I'll feel safe that we're out of harm's way. So, as you see on the east coast of Florida, you folks are under a hurricane warning now. They started evacuating certain locations today. Tropical storm warning down into Miami. And of course, the Bahamas are hurricane warnings as well. All right, so here's what it looked like this morning. Be right back. Good morning, everybody. September 1st, 2019. Gorgeous morning out in my yard. Hear the birds singing. Sun is shining. It's a beautiful day in Southwest Florida. So as you see, it was a beautiful morning. At that point, the weather hadn't started to deteriorate yet. It's still beautiful out, except for we're going to get our afternoon thunderstorm. Here we have the beautiful storm from the comic books. I thought I'd put her up there again, another picture. I wish she was here so she could take care of this storm. As we know, she's not real, but it's nice to fantasize. So if you've watched before, thank you for watching again. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new, please subscribe. We're basically a channel about comics and building a business for comics, but this is a special day-to-day series I'm doing with a hurricane so that everybody can see what's going on and understand. It's a real brief video today. So thank you so much. Remember to share, subscribe, and like. Have a good day. Hey everybody, it's Paul. This is an added bonus feature. This is all happening after, sorry about that, after I recorded the video. Just wanted to show you, this is one of those bands I was talking about that we saw on the map. We just got a severe thunderstorm warning with possible tornadic, what do you call it, activity. So far so good here. It's just rain and thunder. This is not our normal afternoon shower. This is from a result of that hurricane. And as you saw, it's quite a ways away, and we're feeling just mild effects of it. Please keep in mind, very mild. But it illustrates what the power it has on the atmosphere and the power it has on weather systems. So please understand, I'm not saying this is the hurricane, but it's an effect of it. All right, have a good night, everybody. See you later. Hey guys, a little bit more bonus footage. So it looks like out front. It's my mom and dad's camper. There's a car. Some lightning. The road's starting to flood a little. So yeah, look at that energy. You feel it. All right. Here we go. Adverse weather conditions from a major hurricane. Like over 300 or 200 miles away. Maybe more. Okay. Good night.